Hello and welcome. Happy Inauguration Day. I'm so excited to be here. Happy January 20th. It's a beautiful day in America. We have a new president. Woohoo! Yesterday was Dolly Parton's birthday, which was another day to celebrate. And yesterday was Gun Appreciation Day, which I didn't even know was a thing. I learned that yesterday. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm so excited you're here to celebrate with me. We're going to watch some highlights today. But first, let me announce my special guest host. Some of you know him already, back when I used to have guest hosts quite a bit. He's one of my best friends, and we're so lucky to have him here on this important day. Please welcome Mr. Mike Harlow.
Keri!
Mikey!
I'm so happy. This is just the greatest day, and getting to be with you just makes it 20 times
It
better.
feels like we're having a party.
Yeah, and what the hell are we both look like we're ready to go to some cabin in the woods.
Well,
Yours is way cuter. Mine is we just look like mountain people.
we do look like mountain people. It's cold down here. It's because we insulated under the floors of our old house, and that's enough to so that it's not freezing down here. But because we haven't insulated the wall. Anyway, long story short, it's like 50 degrees down here, and that's too cold for me. So I got to wear this big coat.
Yeah, here it's been like in the 60s. It's been terrible. As I'm watching people in the Northeast like freeze and snow and all that, and I'm like happy I don't have to deal with it anymore.
They think we're wussies. They're whenever I complain about the cold weather, I'm like, I know there are people in like Minnesota and places or Chicago, and they're like, stop complaining. Yeah, look at Therese. It's 10 to -10 here right now.
God bless you, but I'm happy I don't have to deal with that anymore in Florida.
Well, welcome. I have one quick announcement I forgot to say before I brought you on. Saturday, February 1st, I'm going to be in the Dallas Grapevine area. We are doing a meetup, and it's going to be during the Knitty McPurley retreat. So all the knitters who are going to be there, since there's so many people, and Pinkava from Politically Incorrect Knitter said we should do a Deprogrammed meetup. So we're going to meet up on Saturday, February 1st, when there's a break in the retreat, the Knitty McPurley retreat schedule. It's going to be Saturday, February 1st at 12:30 p.m. at the Sweet Cream Creperie, I think it's called. I'll put the info on the community tab, and I can't wait to see some of you guys. Some of you guys I'll be meeting for the first time. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm so jealous. I wish I was there.
You got to come visit Texas more.
Look, I think I'm going to soon. I was talking to Peter the other night, and we were planning. I'm like, yeah, I got to get there.
You got to get here. Look who misses you.
Tiger! Give him a kiss for me.
He's in my lap keeping me warm. Yeah. So, Lily of the Fox Valley says it's 10 degrees in Chicago.
Chicago is the worst place for weather.
Tracy's here. Gen X marks the spot. Thank
you.
Tracy! $2 super chat says party. Also, it's 19 degrees here. Shut up.
Come back to Florida.
DS back. I hope to be at that meetup. I live near South Lake. Awesome. Come join us. It's not just for people at the knitting retreat. It's for anyone. We're just going to take advantage of a lot of people being in town for the knitting retreat. So you don't have to have tickets or anything. Just come and say hello and meet some other Deprogrammed folks. We're going to have fun, have some crepes, have some coffee. Tiger's going to be there. It'll be a blast. Okay.
All my knitters hanging out.
All your knitters. So today's a very big day. It was funny because I had to work this morning, and when by the time I finished, I had to catch up and watch the speech and everything after. But I was like, I've been at work. Did I miss anything? I missed something big. We have a new president, President Trump, Vice President JD Vance. I'm very excited about it.
I just keep doing the Trump dance.
Let's start off with this. So we might get a strike, but
worth it.
It's worth it. Let's just try it. So a lot of leftists were very bent out of shape that the Village People agreed to perform for Trump's inauguration. Okay, the leftists are really mad at the Village People. They're really mad at Carrie Underwood for agreeing to perform, and they're really mad at Snoop Dogg for some reason. I'm not sure why. Do you know why they're mad at Snoop Dogg?
Both sides are mad at Snoop Dogg, actually. So the left is mad at Snoop Dogg because, of course, Orange Hitler. And then the right is mad at Snoop Dogg because I'd totally forgotten about this. But back in maybe like 2017 or around there, he came out with that music video where he was shooting Trump.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So people are mad about that. I think it's a good thing though, like that people can grow and evolve and change their minds and realize they've been lied to about him. Like we've all been there. So
we've all been there.
I mean, that doesn't mean we should tolerate anything of that sort in the future, but
no, and it just depends. Like I was talking about Mark Zuckerberg. It's like, I don't trust that guy. It's not like I feel like, oh, he's on my side now. No, I don't. But am I open to that possibility? Maybe, but it's going to take a while. You have to prove that. And same thing with Snoop. So why are they're mad at him? Because is he supporting Trump now or something?
Yeah. I'm very skeptical of that skinwalker, Mark Zuckerberg. However, even, which I assure you he has his own ulterior motives, but the thing is, even if he does, it still benefits us all because they're getting rid of all the censorship.
It's still good. I had some leftist friends on Facebook saying, oh, they did their big goodbyes. They're going to blue sky because they're so upset that Zuckerberg's getting rid of the fact checkers. And I was like, those fact checkers, they pushed propaganda. They censored studies, scientific studies, peer-reviewed studies. They censored scientists and doctors and regular people sharing scientific studies. So it can't get any worse. Community notes can't be any worse than those evildoers who were pushing propaganda and censoring people. So sorry, like you're going to go to your little safe space of blue sky.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't even those terms. It was the framework of the pre-existing terms that was allowing them to ban anyone inconvenient. My favorite Facebook suspension of all time of mine is I got banned for 30 days for saying the title of the movie Halloween Kills for violence.
I remember
it's the title of the movie.
You guys may not know this, but during the height of the censorship on the social media platforms, Mike Harlow was one of the most banned figures that I've ever seen. He was banned from Twitter before Elon owned it. Like, what was it, 7 or 8 times?
11. Banned 11 times from Instagram.
11 times from Instagram, 4 times on Twitter, and he even had to go to the Better Business Bureau. They would ban him, like he just said, for putting the title of a movie, Halloween Kills. Like somebody was obviously looking at his account, somebody that worked at Twitter, and just trying to find any loophole where they could ban him. And I remember you posted something else in sarcasm, like, "Oh, these leftists, they're so hateful. They're like burn the witch," and they banned you for that.
Yeah. That was my first ban.
Your first.
I've been banned from Hinge. I've been banned from Grindr. I've been banned.
How do you get banned from Grindr?
Which, by the way, do you remember that night, by the way, when I was in Texas and I was showing you how screwed up Grindr is and we were looking at all the profiles on there and it was like old men in Catwoman suits and worst shit in the world.
For all the people who may not know, Grindr is a gay app, a dating app, and it's sort of a hookup app. But
she's using the word dating very loosely.
But it's flooded with women who say that they're men, and you couldn't. I remember when you were visiting me, you were showing me this, and I was like, you can't select those out, like. No,
that's on every dating app, and like, not to rant, but this legitimately makes me angry because, especially for gay people, like the numbers are so much smaller that you already have such an uphill battle to meet someone, and then you open Tinder, you open any dating app, and it's all transes, and then these people have the audacity to say you better sleep with a trans person. I open any dating app, 90% of them are transes, and then the other 10%, you'll see these straight guys on there who are attractive, who look like friggin' Captain America, and then you read their bio and it's only looking for trans. Screw you people!
What's happening?
Sorry,
by the way,
not to rant about that.
Let's keep track of how many times I have to cover my face while you're here.
Oh, how I've missed you.
Okay, let's have some fun. Now, if we might get a copyright strike for this, but we'll try to play. It's just a little tiny clip. This is the Village People performing last night at the pre-inauguration ceremonies, and I just love this. Let's take a listen.
Come on, everybody! It's fun to see it done. Come on, everybody!
Look at Trump doing his little dance spike on stage behind the village people. He's doing the Trump dance. That's the best part. This part. Here, look at him. I love it so much.
Wait, but I was promised gay camps.
Yeah, they said they're gonna. All the leftists said that Trump is gonna put gay people in camps. When's that happening?
What they misheard. What they meant was he's going to make gays camp again.
Go camping.
Yeah.
Oh, or make gays campy.
Yeah, we got the friggin' village. I always say Trump is honorarily the first gay president because he is basically he's like a step away from being a drag queen.
What do you mean
like
by
he
that?
He roasts people. He's great. He's campy as hell.
He wears thick foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just thank a couple people. We're going to get into the speech. Yarn and Chicken ETM says, I'm hoping Melania and Keri make hats great again. I'm looking forward to seeing you in South Lake. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Woohoo!
I'm so jealous.
Today's the day of celebration. Marion Holtzman, thank you for this.
Marion!
For $10, she says, it's 12 degrees this morning in Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. Happy Inauguration Day.
Woo!
Happy Inauguration Day, Marion. Smoky Mountains, love them. Wouldn't want to be there when it's that cold.
I hate the cold so much. I can't deal with the cold.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm a wuss about it.
Yeah, you think I would have thought I would have gotten used to it at some point, but I think it's 70 out today, so it's
Look at you. Randy Wallen. Hey, Randy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Randy says, thanks for what you do, Keri. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, Keri.
I saw another one from you that was funny, Randy. Where is it? Oh, here it is for $2. Thank you. Zuck got caught checking out Bezos' wife's boobs. Did you see that clip?
That's who it was. Well, I saw her boobs everywhere, but I didn't know who the boobs belonged to. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, I've got that queued up, so we're gonna watch that. Actually, maybe I can play it right now. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It's just a short little clip. There we go. Can you see that?
Yes.
Look, you see him.
Oh,
look at
he wasn't
look at
even
him.
subtle about it.
Look at his eyes. Oh, there they go.
He wasn't even subtle.
No, it's kind of funny.
Well, because I believe he is married to a China lady and they don't really have boobs. So he's seeing the grass is greener and such. The boobs are more plentiful, if you will.
I like how you're explaining a boob check.
Hey, just because you don't eat at the restaurant doesn't mean you can't look at the menu. I would have checked them out too. They were lovely tatas.
Oh man. Okay. John Pag, I can never say your name. John P. You can say that. You're Italian. How do you say John's last name?
John Pagdila. That's not Italian, I don't think.
Oh, Pagdillo. Pagdilao.
Pagdilao.
Member for 17 months, John P. You think I could figure it out by now? Says I'm cautiously.
I feel like it's like a letter or two away from being Italian.
I feel like, I don't know any better. I was like, look, I have an Italian here. He says, I'm cautiously optimistic about our new president. That's my feeling as well. What about you, Mike?
Same. That has been my feeling for a long time. I feel like I'm a lot more than cautiously optimistic. I'm genuinely optimistic. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be the first one to say it. But I really think, things happen for a reason. And I think that in 2020, so many of us were wondering, what is the purpose of this? What is the reason for this? For the election to go how it went and everything we're dealing with and the weaponization of government and everything just seemed so dark and so awful. And I genuinely feel like now we are seeing the purpose for it. Now we are seeing the reason that this all had to happen, because and this is based off everything he said in his speech and what he's doing in his first day. we are really seeing Trump in his final form. And I think that this term is going to be something much greater and light years beyond what we would have gotten if Trump had just been reelected in 2020.
This is so fascinating and encouraging to hear from you, because you, although you voted for Trump in 2020, and did you vote for him in 2016?
No, I just
No,
kind of
me-
threw my vote away in 2016. I voted for no one.
Me too. So 2020, you and I both voted for him. But by the time the primaries rolled around for 2024, you were a very staunch critic of Trump. And in fact, I remember you and I having a lot of conversations about, like, this is a bad idea. We need to run DeSantis. And so
Knows what I know. Why would anyone ever listen to me? Is what I always wonder.
But you and I both are like, no. And now, listen, you've got a lot of optimism. So that says a lot, I think.
So much. Well, I really said, like, I had always said during that, I'm like, I'll vote for him no matter what if he's the nominee, but it won't be with any enthusiasm. I'll just do it to do it. And I have to say, in this campaign, he earned my vote 1,000 times over. Not least of all by being shot, but he did so many other things. And to hear him say today in his inaugural speech that we're going to reinstate military members who were thrown out for refusing the scam injection, I almost got emotional hearing it, because it's like we are finally getting acknowledgement of the scam that took place.
Speaking of, one of his last acts before he left office, Biden pre-pardoned this evil, mass murdering psychopath Fauci for any future prosecutions that might happen for what he did to the American people.
Which,
I saw that.
Why? If he did nothing wrong,
right?
Why? I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I am, but I believe that it's only a federal pardon, in which case he can still be indicted by the states. So I'm just throwing this out there. Governor DeSantis, do your thing.
Do your thing, DeSantis. Okay, a couple more people to thank, then we're going to play some video. Marion Holtzman, again, for $10. Thank you, Marion. She says, the last 4 years have taught lefties a lesson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And I don't think that same lesson would have come across as much if he were reelected. Like, I really think the outcome of the last 8 years, this is really the best case scenario where, you know, I've been binge watching Survivor with my friend, and in Survivor, you got to look a couple steps ahead and set things up so you'll be in a good position going forward. And that's where I think we're at now, where we never would have been if he were just reelected in 2020. We are really set up to make some long-term changes where, I mean, at the moment, obviously, a lifetime of things can happen in 4 years, but I feel like Vance could win in 4 years. We could have 4 years of Trump and 8 years of Vance. Yeah,
God willing. I completely agree. I think it's also because we got to see what the left did with 4 years of Biden, where they could do pretty much anything they wanted, and we got to see how thoroughly evil they are, coming for people's right to go to work, people's right to leave their home, people's right not to put masks on their kids, medical freedom, autonomy, like all of these rights that they came after. We got to see how they just promoted and celebrated mutilating and sterilizing children, like where they want to take this stuff. It's like, so I think people, like the average normal person, got to see the depths of their depravity during these 4 years.
That's the thing. Trump not being declared the winner in 2020 and now winning this time is really such a gift from God that we got to see the abyss. We got to look into the abyss and then pull ourselves out of it.
Yes. Randy Wallen, again, for $5. Thank you, Randy. Says, a great day, but stay vigilant. The left will continue to chum for monsters. Hard days ahead. Pray for Trump and for America. I couldn't agree more.
I'm betting, by the way, that they said they had moved the inauguration indoors for the weather, but I bet you it was for security. He's probably got so many threats.
Well, they've tried to kill him at least twice that we know of.
Yeah, probably more than that.
Jillian. Hey, Jillian. Thanks for the super chat for $4.99. She says, super chat for Pastor Lorenzo's energy and the priest that had to follow, and for Elon's alien response and close up to Americans on Mars. Thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to get into this and play some of the highlights. So
Was that the black guy?
Yes.
I realized while watching him, I love how black people are the only people as dramatic as the gays and the Italians. And the Latinos, we'll throw them in there. That is sort of the Mount Rushmore of drama. Gays, Italians, blacks, and Latinos.
We'll have to pull up Lorenzo's prayer because one of my Christian friends who's a commentator said, I think it was Samuel said, this guy's doing too much. Like it's too much. So we'll have to see.
I loved it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julian. And then Super Based is here. The membership fairy just gifted 10 Deprogrammed memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who super chats and supports the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you guys got one of these memberships, thanks Super Based because it came from him. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, and Davina, just good reminder, celebrate, but don't forget, most of the monsters are still in control. I will not 100%. Forget. We're still going to celebrate today, though. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Here we go. Okay. I want to start with, there's two prayers here before Trump gives his speech. So let's start with these two.
Be still and know that I am God, supreme among the nations, supreme on the earth. Let us pray. Remembering General George Washington on his knees at Valley Forge, recalling Abraham Lincoln at his second inaugural, with malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Remembering General George Patton's instructions to his soldiers as they began the Battle of the Bulge 8 decades ago. Pray. Pray when fighting, pray alone, pray with others, pray by night, pray by day. Observing the birthday of the Reverend Martin Luther King, who warned, without God, our efforts turn to ashes. We, blessed citizens of this one nation under God, humbled by our claim that in God we trust, gather indeed this Inauguration Day to pray for our President Donald J. Trump, his family, his advisors, his cabinet, his aspirations, his vice president, for the Lord's blessings upon Joseph Biden, for our men and women in uniform, for each other whose hopes are stoked this new year, this Inauguration Day. We cannot err in relying upon that prayer from the Bible, upon which our president will soon place his hand in oath, as we make our own the supplications of King Solomon for wisdom as he began his governance. God of our fathers, in your wisdom you set man to govern your creatures, to govern in holiness and justice, to render justice with integrity. Give our leader wisdom, for he is your servant, aware of his own weakness and brevity of life. If wisdom which comes not from you be not with him, he shall be held in no esteem. Send wisdom from heavens that she may be with him, that he may know your designs. Please, God, bless America. Please mend her every flaw. You are the God in whom we trust, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
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 And then Franklin Graham.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, there are times I'm sure you thought it was pretty dark. But look what God has done. We praise him and give him glory.
Hallelujah.
Let us pray. Our Father and our God, thou hast said, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. As the prophet Daniel prayed, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. For wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings. He raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. Our Father, today, as President Donald J. Trump takes the oath of office once again, we come to say thank you, O Lord our God. Father, when Donald Trump's enemies thought he was down and out, you and you alone saved his life and raised him up with strength and power by your mighty hand. We pray for President Trump that you'll watch over, protect, guide, direct him. Give him your wisdom from your throne on high. We ask that you would bless him and that our nation would be blessed through him. We also ask that you would bless and protect Melania as First Lady. We thank you for the beauty, the warmth, and grace that she shows not only to this nation, but to the whole world. We thank you for Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and his wife Usha and their young family. May he be a strength to President Trump, to stand beside him, to hold up his arms like Aaron held up the arms of Moses in the midst of battle. The prophet Samuel reminded the people, it was you that brought them up from the land of Egypt. And he said, now stand still that I may reason with you before the Lord. So Father, we take this moment to stand still, to remember the great things that you have done for this nation. Thank you for the protection, the bounty, the freedoms that we so enjoy. We remember to keep our eyes fixed on you, and may our hearts be inclined to your voice. We know that America can never be great again if we turn our backs on you. We ask for your help, and we pray all of this in the name of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, your Son, my Savior, and our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Ladies and
Amen.
gentlemen, please welcome Associate Justice
That's
Kavanaugh
good.
to administer the Vice Presidential Oath of Office.
Okay, let me skip ahead a little. I had to do the prayers because, like people said, they kind of gave me chills. And now we're going to skip ahead to Trump's speech.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Hallelujah. Glory, glory,
hallelujah.
I see somebody says, Kat says, Biden sniffed the Vance kids. No, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Two Sisters and Some Yarn asked, how was the Trump wine?
It was surprisingly good. Pleasantly surprised, just like with the election.
You had some Trump wine today?
Yeah, my friends have had the bottle sitting here for like a year or more, and we're waiting for the right time to open it. I thought we were going to open it on election night, but we were stressed about how it was going to go. So
Oh, yeah, it's good you
perfect for
saved it.
Inauguration Day.
It's so good that you saved it. Okay.
I still can't believe this happened. I still can't believe he won.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say the comment before. Yeah, Kamala was fuming the entire time. The venom on her lips it was visible.
She did not. I just can't imagine what that's like for her to have to sit there. And did you see that tweet? I don't know if it's real or not. That tweet of her. It's some people are posting it. I think it's a joke. And it was a tweet of hers from November before the election. And it said, I told Doug that on January 20th, he's going to sleep with the new president of the United States. Did you see that?
I saw that. I can't imagine that that's real. Like, because it just makes her sound like such a hoe.
Yes.
Which she is. I can't imagine it's real.
Well, some people are sharing it and they're like, big night for Doug tonight. Doug's going to be having a great time tonight.
Doug ain't getting none for the next decade.
And pleasure to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States.
Those
of
are my
America,
pronouns, 45,
Donald
47.
J. Trump.
Your pronouns are 45 and 47?
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
I still can't get over this. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Thank you very much, everybody. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America
he was very
begins
classy.
right now.
They never would have done that for him.
He's always very classy about that kind of stuff, but then he's very cutting and funny and mean, you know, when he needs to be.
Yeah.
We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
Woo!
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
Woohoo!
I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world. And America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair.
I love that he's this bold about this, talking about how the previous administration is so corrupt and has completely stripped America of what makes it great. Like he's just not afraid to just state things. This is how things are right now, and we're going to change this.
And right in front of it to their faces.
Right.
And Biden proved that on his last day in office with all of his pardons.
Yes.
Now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home.
Yep.
While at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires
Not
still
in Florida.
tragically burn.
Mm-hmm.
From weeks ago,
Yep.
without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
Amazing.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From
Thank you.
this moment on, America's decline is over.
Notice, by the way, can you pause one quick sec?
Yeah.
There was a very interesting tell there. Notice he said their democracy, referring to the American people, their democracy, not what these Democrats always say, our democracy. Because when they say that, they mean our, referring to themselves. He is talking about the American people.
Yes. Yes. This is the people's democracy.
Mm-hmm. When they constantly say our democracy, they're referring to their little circle and consolidating power within it.
And they're not even referring to democracy. That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
They mean
when they say democracy, they mean communism.
Yes.
Just like when they say healthcare, they mean abortion. When they say gay, they mean trans. When their words just mean nothing. When they say diversity, they mean conformity.
When they say woman, they mean man.
Yup.
Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history.
Damn
and I've
right.
learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life.
Yes.
Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason.
Yes.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
Biden's not standing.
Neither is
Kamala.
Lady Macbeth.
Biden and Kamala just stay seated. He's talking about how you guys almost got him killed.
Thank you very much.
I love, by the way, side note, Melania's like French beekeeper look.
Oh, I love it. I love her hat.
Out of
That is
Africa.
why each day
Love
under
it.
our administration,
Of course you love it, her hat.
we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
White
For American
supremacists.
citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
Woo! Happy Liberation Day, Keri!
Happy Liberation Day, Mike Harlow.
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans,
The white
urban,
supremacy.
suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states. And the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
I have to pause it right here because, like you're saying, it is so ridiculous that in 2025, the leftists, the woke leftists, try and pretend like he's about white supremacy or anything stupid and evil like that. He's about the Martin Luther King's dream, which is judging people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. And you know what the Biden administration's been doing under the direction of woke people, not liberals, but woke people, is the exact opposite. They've been enshrining racial discrimination in our law, and he's going to reverse that. So, they Biden put all this woke DEI racist stuff in the executive orders. He's going to reverse those. So, yes, this is a great honor for Martin Luther King, and I'm glad that he brought up the fact that this election, the percentage of increase in votes that he won from the Black and Latino populations, like the woke don't know what to say about that. They are so flustered by that they took to, you saw this right after the election results, they took to disparaging and demeaning Latino men and calling them white supremacists.
Gee, I am absolutely floored. I mean, look at the things that any Black person who is not a radical leftist gets told every single day by people on the left. Like Adam Coleman, for example, gets the most vile shit said to him.
They call him the N-word, everything.
Yep.
Like all the most racist stuff. Coon, they call him everything.
Because I've always said, when you are obsessed with people's immutable traits, their skin color, etc., for positive, happy, progressive reasons, eventually you will see the bigotry and hate and ugliness underneath that facade.
Yes.
And that's what we're really seeing.
That's what we're seeing. Woke ideology makes you into a racist. If you're not already a racist, it's going to make you into a racist.
And I was talking with somebody who was like, "Oh, I wish you wouldn't say that about the different groups that's playing it." I'm like, "No, I love it. I think it's beautiful that out of their division and their bigotry of woke ideology has come something quite beautiful and unifying."
Yes. And it's also just a statement of fact of what is. He did increase percentage vote in those demographics.
And also, this is not something you would have ever seen out of the Republican Party before Trump. It's not just that they didn't give a fuck about minorities. They didn't care about anyone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's true, actually. I said, yeah, I don't know enough about the Republican Party before Trump, but I know that Mitt Romney is a disaster.
Exactly. Well, no, him trying to reach out to Black people was singing "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Yes. I do remember that.
I just think the pre-Trump Republican Party was it was like a country club for elites, and they did nothing to try to address or speak to the issues of the working class or any different group of people. Like Mitt Romney is and the Bushes, I feel like, and all of those people are just like the perfect figureheads for the old
They're
Republican
like,
Party.
well, they're like the Clintons. They're
Yep.
like the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, like they're all, for the elite.
I just saw in the chat, how many Xanaxes do you think Kamala had to pop to make it through this? Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
bitch looked like she was living on planet Zoloft.
Planet Zoloft and Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
And confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and
I was just gonna
unrelenting
say that.
success.
Same.
We will not
I
forget our
still
country.
can't believe it.
We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Can I say, by the way, I genuinely feel like this is just the vibe that I get. I genuinely feel like the last few years have really changed Trump. And it seems to me, at least, like it's brought him closer to God. Because I always felt like back in 2016 when he would talk, which he didn't talk about it much, but if he ever talked about God, it just kind of seemed like a passing thing. But I feel like when he does now, you can feel the sincerity in what he's saying.
Yeah, here's what I think about it. I think being almost assassinated twice, that's a very sobering thing. And it's probably, I do think Trump is a narcissist. I don't think he's a sadist. I think he's just kind of the cares a lot about himself kind of narcissist. But for anyone who comes that close to being killed for trying to make America great again, I think it's got to be a very sobering thing where you contemplate life and death and what really matters and meaning. And so, yeah, when you see him talk about how that bullet hit his ear, if he hadn't turned his head at the moment he did, he could be dead. And I think that's something that he's probably thought about quite a bit.
How crazy is it, by the way, that we were together when we found out about that?
Oh yeah, Mikey and I, for those of you that don't know, the day that happened, we were at a wedding together, and it was just it was so surreal. I was sobbing. It was like the craziest thing because you're finding out this news while you're at this beautiful event, this beautiful wedding, this ceremony celebrating this union of two people, and then everybody found out and was on their phones and trying to catch up with the news, and it didn't seem real at first that this was happening. I'm so glad I was with you.
I know, same. I'm always glad whenever I'm with you.
Aw.
But I'm completely in agreement with Ryan here. I feel the exact same way. Like I keep saying it. I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah,
I had 2020 post-traumatic stress syndrome.
So did I. I'm with you, Mikey, and with Ryan. Ryan says a month before the election, I never thought they would let Trump win. This is a surreal moment. Hard not to believe divine intervention brought us here. Same, because I'm with you. Even the night of the election, I was on a stream on Brahma Bull's channel on the bullpen, and they kept saying, it's over. We won. Trump won. And I was like, are you sure? For like several hours, I kept saying, I don't think, what about this? I was like, I really thought there's no way they're going to let this happen.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
Thank you. Thank you.
No claps from Biden.
Biden and Kamala didn't even stand. Look at everybody, the standing ovation for this. I just want to read you guys something. just a couple of things. There was this New York Times poll that just came out, and I've got it pulled up here. I'm not going to switch the screen, but I'm going to read you a couple of facts. Trump's policies are very popular. They're actually more popular than he is. If you just ask, like, do you like Trump or not, right? But if you ask about his policies are very popular. And this part was very interesting about immigration. So here, this is from the New York Times poll. Most Americans think immigrants strengthen the U.S. Yes, though there is widespread support for deporting immigrants who are in the country illegally and those with a criminal record. And so look at this. A majority, 55%, support deporting all immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally. 55%. Then support rises for deporting immigrants who are in the country illegally, but who arrived during the recent wave of migration. 63% say deport those immigrants, the ones who are here illegally and arrived during the recent wave of migration. And look at this. 87% of Americans support deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have a criminal record. 87%. And it just goes on and on. Like, his policies are wildly popular. He is trying to do what he was elected to do, which is to serve the American people, not to serve himself, for him to decide this is what I'm going to do. It's like, no, we elected you to work for us, do what the majority of us want. Look, here's what we want.
Oh, sorry, my thing cut out for a sec. But yes, completely.
Will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
Right.
I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
Let me read some news to you. It might be breaking news for you, Mikey. I don't know if you know this yet. So in the chat, Hefty Joe said, and just like that, they've shut down the port of entry at El Paso already. And I've got this headline pulled up from the Texan. El Paso port of entry and the CBP One immigration app reportedly shut down after Trump inauguration.
Gee.
Already.
We're already waiting. He's been in office 10 minutes and it's already... we're already better off.
It's amazing.
You know what's very interesting, by the way? So maybe everybody already knew this except me, but I had no idea. I recently found out, because these people... Like, just, look at my Twitter any day and you'll hear people bitching at me about, if we deport all the illegals, who's going to work in the fields? Who's going to do the jobs? Like, I can't believe the shit that comes out of their mouths. I did not realize you can go back and look at any of the Democrat Confederate leaders at the time. This was the exact same argument verbatim that was used to justify keeping slavery.
Yes. That's what the Democrats said.
If we get rid of slavery, who's going to work in the fields? Who's going to do the jobs?
You're so right, Mikey. What a great point. The Democrats were saying the same thing back then. We can't end slavery because who's going to clean our kitchens?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be our maids?
You can go back and find their exact quotes. It sounds like anything you would hear today about this.
Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Unless they transition, like in that movie.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions And that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also
And the
declare
scamdemic.
a national
And the scamdemic, yes.
energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. You know, Kamala's dying inside.
I know. And it is delicious.
Delicious.
America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. Let me use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing,
I just want to point something out. You know how all the leftists are like, oh, he's so in bed with Elon and he's doing favors for Elon and whatever. He's getting rid of the electric vehicle mandate, the Environmental Protection Agency
That's
rule.
a good point.
Yes, which would have forced auto manufacturers to convert to start doing up to 50-something% of their vehicles electric. And, you know, that doesn't benefit Elon, who's running Tesla. And I'm glad he's doing it. I'm glad because I should be able to choose. It's just like with my stove. I should be able to have a gas stove. I should be able to have the light bulbs, the incandescent bulbs that I want. Biden got rid of my incandescent bulbs.
Oh, they're horrible, those other bulbs.
Yes. It's like you don't get to tell me that I have to drive an electric vehicle that you can shut off remotely if you don't want citizens going anywhere, you know? Like, no.
Crazy.
our citizens to enrich other countries,
Indian
we
Jesus.
will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Hey, dude.
Thank you to the Indian Jesus for the $5 super chat. Good to see you here. He says, we're
Love
back,
him.
baby. We're back.
I still can't believe it.
For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties,
Oh, I love
and
that.
revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency.
Yes. I think I'm probably most excited about this. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping that they
Same.
actually cut a whole bunch of not just positions, but cut the size of the federal government, cut some departments like the Department of Education, like get rid of all the woke bureaucrats.
Government
Cut
censorship.
down on
and
bureaucracy itself.
Yes.
to America.
Yeah, that's also one of the things I'm most excited about.
Yes.
That and RFK.
Same. RFK,
Will
make
the
America
power
healthy
of the
again.
state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law.
I think I was talking over it, but right before he said this was the part where he was talking about like restoring free speech to America, which is
I know. Oh my
huge.
God, I know.
And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect
Yes!
of public
Woo!
and private life.
Woo-hoo! Hey, wokies, why are you so upset? He's getting rid of racist and sexist discrimination. Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset?
And merit-based.
Yeah, if they're against meritocracy, why? You think black people have no merit on their own beyond their race?
That's what they do think.
Yeah.
Be the official policy of the United States
This part.
government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Female.
Can you imagine, by the way, the headline everywhere now is President Donald Trump declares that there are only two genders.
Yes.
Can you imagine reading that headline 20 years ago?
No.
What
but-
planet you would have thought we were on? That I'm thrilled that he's doing this, but the fact that this even needs an executive order and a declaration is insane.
It's insane. That's the depths of depravity and evil and retardation that the Democrats drug us down to while being led by this woke ideology, this evil ideology. We got to a place where we're pretending like there's something other than male and female. Okay, no more of that. We're not pretending that. We're not appeasing college student, gender queer college students and pretending that reality is not real.
Oh, I love it so much. And by the way, all of the liberal allies are now, my trans and non-binary siblings, I support you, and I just saw this tweet that's so great. Let me pull it up.
Will you pull it up? While you're pulling it up, I'm going to thank John.
Oh, sorry.
John Thomas for $5. Thank you, John Thomas. Woohoo! He says, I heard a COVID vax ad on the radio today that had the gall to call it safe and effective in 2025. Safe, effective?
You would think that something that's good for you would not need its own PR and marketing department.
Yes.
They wouldn't have to sell you something that's so good for you.
I saw a funny one while you're pulling that up also. Oh gosh, where is it? There's a lot of funny one. You guys in the chat are cracking me up. There was one that said, I think it was John Bertram. I can't find it, but he was like, has he mentioned ending all democracy yet? No.
Yeah, when does Project 2025 start?
Right. Well, I think it already started. I think we're in phase 2 today.
Here, I got the tweet.
Okay.
To my trans and non-binary friends and to the community at large, I am so fucking sorry. Know that you will always be safe with me and valid to me, and I will keep fighting beside you until you can live your life freely and happily without fear, whatever that looks like to you. I love you so much.
What do they think is going to happen to gay and trans?
Well, and
people?
notice the most frequently used word in that tweet. I I. That's all they're doing is like, oh, what a good person I am. It's all about me.
Me. Hey, I want to
Mhm.
say hey to somebody real quick. Feisty Octopus. Feisty Octopus is here. I got to meet Feisty Octopus when I was in Amsterdam. Feisty Octopus says, hi, Keri. The Trump government will also have a positive influence on the Netherlands and Europe. I'm very hopeful. We need it so much here. I hope so too. And I hope it has a positive impact on the farming situation that's happening in the Netherlands, and the government and corporations together trying to land grab from farmers and trying to impose all of these restrictions that are going to make it too expensive for farmers to hold on to their land so that they can go in and develop it. And I hope that ends. I hope the people start to see, look, it doesn't matter. They're going to call you far right. They call me far right. They call Mikey far right. And when I was in the Netherlands, I talked to some people who said, they're doing that here. They're calling all the farmers far right. They're calling Green Party, they're calling progressives who are against what's happening to the farmers here. They're calling them far right. And I'm like, yeah, that's happening in America, and you just have to get over it. Get over your fear of being called that. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. Those words they don't mean very much anymore, unfortunately. And it's really about like the top and the bottom. It's not about left and right. It's about the top and the bottom. So
I
hope
love I love that person's handle also.
Feisty Octopus, yeah.
Feisty Octopus. That's great.
I think you guys would dig each other. Okay.
I love it.
Any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
Yes.
With full back pay. Oh, I love it.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
That's not Tiger. Somebody in the chat, this Will says Tiger sounds larger than normal.
No, yes, that's Barley.
That's the dog at Mikey's place.
That's funny.
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
Vivek was the first to stand up there.
Mm-hmm. This really is the dream team. This is like the Avengers. We got Vivek, we got RFK, we got Tulsi, we got this is amazing.
RFK, I'm so excited for that.
Same.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
That's the thing. Actual leadership and the difference between the two parties genuinely matters. I'm talking about when these people who they want to seem like they're just so much better than you, they're so big-brained by saying, oh, there's no difference between the two parties. And don't get me wrong, the Republican Party obviously has countless flaws. However, it matters. It matters. Living in New York versus Florida, it matters. Living somewhere, when there's a hurricane in Florida versus the fires in California, it matters. And when it comes to stuff like this, it matters a lot. And you really see the contrast and the difference between having Trump versus Biden or Kamala or whoever their puppet of the day would be, that entire party.
Yeah. Trump,
Newsom.
whether you like him or hate him, Trump projects strength. He projects strength as a leader, and that matters when it comes to matters of international diplomacy. Like that's key. No, who could look at Biden and say, America's strong, look at the president. Like, no, we did not look strong at all. This is
insane. And that's why peace through strength is the way to go. That is his ethos for foreign policy. And another thing that I really had not expected prior to this campaign that he ran and now taking office is, everything has just seemed so dark and hopeless in this country over the last few years that I feel like he has really given so many people hope. And I think that's kind of, as much as we talk about peace through strength in terms of his foreign policy, I feel like his domestic policy has really been hope through strength.
Hope through strength. I like that. That's a great way of putting it. Yes. Okay. Just a couple things. Let's see. Tweet Girl says it's very important that we give thanks to God and show him our gratitude. As a Christian, I agree. John Thomas for $5. Thank you, John. He says, Mikey, at least when Trump sends you to a gay camp, maybe you can find a partner.
Well, I feel like nowadays, that's probably the only way that's gonna friggin' happen. But yeah, I know. I've been waiting for the gay camps. I'm very disappointed. I was going to be mayor of the damn gay camps, and I'm feeling my dreams getting ripped away from me.
Did you win the popular and the electoral vote as mayor of the gay camps?
It was fortified, actually. There were some mail-in ballots at 3 a.m.
So silly. Okay, let's continue.
It was going to be Pete Booty Juice, but the mail-in ballots came.
You said, Pete Buttigieg was going to be voted in, but then you fortified it.
I fortified it. Sometimes you just need a little fortifying.
Thank you. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley.
What is this about, by the way? Is this like a story I missed?
I don't know.
I'm guessing they renamed some, probably in 2020. I'm guessing they renamed something to I don't know.
I have to look
person's name.
I have to look this up. But the Gulf of America thing cracks me up. Like, that's just silly. But okay.
I know. I'm totally with you. Apparently Mount McKinley was renamed by Obama. What did they rename it to?
They renamed it to Denali.
Really?
Yes. President Donald Trump said one of his first actions will be renaming Denali, the highest peak in North America, to Mount McKinley, the Alaska mountain's name prior to 2015.
What's that? The Indians? Denali. It sounds like the Indians.
Let's see.
I just don't know if it's
it's the language there. It's I can't pronounce this language, Koyukon Athabaskan language, and it means the great one.
The fuck is that?
It's probably the language, one of the languages there in Alaska.
Of the Indians?
Yes, probably. Oh. And so, but they, that's a nod to let's name it something that's not English and not named after an American president, But it had always been called Mount McKinley. So.
Yeah.
That's such a funny thing to throw in there. The Gulf of America.
That's so stupid.
I feel
but
like
okay.
I feel like he included that just to piss people off.
Yeah.
President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made. And Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American
Robert.
ships are being...
Yeah, Robert says it should be called the Gulf of GFYS. What does that mean?
Go fuck yourself.
And above all, China is operating...
We have
the
an
Panama
Anthony sighting in chat. Hey, Anthony.
Oh, is my husband here?
Yes.
The Gulf of Buckies. That's what he wants to call it. Yes, as a Texan, I agree. The Gulf of Buckies. I don't know if you can hear it, but Tiger, my dog, is asleep in my lap, and he's having a little one of his doggy dreams, and he's barking. He's like sleep barking.
Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
We're taking it back.
Above all, my message to Americans today is
Besame
it is time
mucho.
for us to once again
No homo.
No homo.
discourage vigor
All the
and
homo from
vitality
me.
of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Mars. The way he says certain things like China and Mars.
China. I love it.
There's Elon.
He looks so happy.
Is that Barron? He's so tall.
He's like 12 feet tall. He's like a fucking tree.
And right now,
Someone said in chat earlier, Baron looks like a vampire, which I appreciate as someone in the vampire community.
Are you in the vampire community?
I am.
Oh, Mr. Nick Weiser's here. 32 flavors of
Hey,
Nick Weiser.
Nick Weiser.
He says 4 more years of hearing China.
China. I'm so excited.
Also, this was really nice to read. Feisty Octopus said, Keri, I already listened to this speech, and it's such fun hearing it again with you guys' comments. Cool. Well, I'm having fun watching it with you. I've listened to it before too, and I thought, we're gonna have fun just pausing and talking about it.
Than any other, there's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see
I
today,
did.
here I am. The American people have spoken.
Yes, against
Yes, we did.
against all odds.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
I didn't think this would be happening.
Never. I legitimately never even considered for half a second through the whole election that he could actually win.
Yeah, I thought there's no way they will let it happen.
Same.
That something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built
The skyscrapers.
highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We're going to win like never before.
I like Davina. Davina said Indians and firemen and leathermen. Oh wait, that's just the village people.
I don't know what was more surreal, this or the village people performing.
Oh man, I've got another I know we already watched one, but I got another clip of the village people, and it's so, it's so gay, and it's just funny, and that's the reason the leftists were so mad too. A lot of the posts I saw, they said, "I'm so disappointed and angry with the village people. Don't they know that Trump hates them?" And it's like, no, Trump loves them. That's why they're
Yeah, that's why
performing.
he's there doing his little dancey dance.
Exactly. He plays that song all the time. Yeah, Nick Weiser says I absolutely died watching Trump dance with the village people.
know.
It was so funny. What I want, Nick, is when somebody calls me, I want that video of him dancing with the village people to pop up.
In years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! I've got to read this. This is crazy. I didn't know this, and I'm assuming you don't either, Mikey. We don't know a lot about in America. We know a lot less
Nothing.
than you guys in Europe know about us. Feisty Octopus says you don't know this, but here in Holland we had our Trump 25 years ago by the name of Pim Fortuyn. He was assassinated before our election. I have been afraid for Trump so much.
Wait, I'm
Yes.
screen capping that to remember to
Look that
read up
up.
on it. Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea.
And there, but for the grace of God, like that could have happened to Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Phew.
I've gotta take care of something for 2 quick minutes. Can I keep this playing and you want to just read some stuff over it?
Yeah, totally.
If you want to read chats,
They call-
questions, I'll be right back.
Sure. They call Donald Trump a populist, but he's just popular. I love it. I'll never forget the day of Pim. That's crazy. I need to read into that. It's not surprising. I mean, that really is what they've always wanted to do with him. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm in the chat. I was like, I thought I went backstage. We're gonna need the Jeopardy music while Keri figures out which button to hit on the screen. Mike is our substitute Keri. There is no substitute Keri. There is one and only Keri fucking Smith. Vamp, Mike, vamp. See, I'm a bad vamper. You'd think I'd be a good vamper, given that I look like a vampire, but I'm very bad at vamping. I ought to get like the dogs in here or something. Yeah, this is talking about where was it? Eric said the summer assassination attempt was so surreal. I feel like this is the only thing that's even more surreal. I can't get over that this is real. Like, I genuinely thought they would never let him win. I fear they will take it out on the voters, citizens. Yes, but it's going to be harder for them to do that now that they don't have Biden's Justice Department to target whoever they want. By the way, can we talk about the pardons? Because these pardons really piss me off. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm hoping that there's some way around it to go after them on a state's level. But yeah, what this is about with both that and everything that they talk about, all their fears with Trump, they are scared that they will be treated the way that they've treated everyone else over the last 4 years. Oh my God, yes! Corn Pop, how have we not talked about Carrie Underwood? Oh my God. That was amazing. Hey! Yes!
Blessed be the fruit under his eye.
I see Project 2025 has been instated.
I'm really sorry to say that Project 2025 has taken effect, and I'm now to be called of Anthony. I need to change my screen name. Of Anthony and sometimes of Tiger.
What is it like, Keri, having no rights now and, being denied all the abortions you would be getting?
Well, I knew Project 2025 was already taking effect when I went to the Starbucks this morning and tried to get my Venti special mocha pumpkin latte with vegan cashew milk, and they told me they only had cow's milk. I could not get my nut milk.
Oh, what a shame.
It's terrible. I had 32 abortions planned for this year alone. I can't even get the first one.
Will there be a women's camp like the gay camps? Because maybe we can like collaborate, or will it be a West Side Story kind of thing and they keep us separated? I don't know.
I'm told that I'm being sent to a re-education camp. They're going to teach me how to wash a dish. things that women, liberated women don't want to spend our time doing. We're not going to have equal rights with men anymore. We're going to have to learn how to clean the toilet, take care of children.
In place of the illegals.
In place
So that's why they're deporting the illegals. They're cleaning the toilets, and we're going to get the women to clean the toilets.
They're taking away all of our illegals. Who will clean the kitchen? It's going to be us. This is what's happening.
Who will clean your toilet, Donald Trump?
Doesn't Donald Trump have gold toilets?
Probably.
So also, I did also, in addition to my handmaid's uniform, I also received my Trump bucks. These are legal tender. I don't know if you got these yet, but now it's Project 2025. You got to use these. We're also, I heard that they're getting rid of pineapple on pizza. That's in page 34.
Woo, okay, I support my vote. I stand by my vote then. Take away whatever you want. Just do that.
You're happy with that?
I am thrilled.
Also, bacon illegal. No, I'm kidding. They wouldn't do that. Project 2025 wouldn't do that.
No, it'd be bacon for everybody.
Oh man, I this is what I thought yesterday, Mikey. So I have this costume. I plan to have all kinds of fun with it. And what I wanted to surprise you with it on the stream. Mikey didn't know I was going to go put this on, but Project 2025 happened, and I had to go get it on. So what I would like to do is for you to come to Texas or me to go to Florida, and we have to go. Now, unfortunately, we missed the big inauguration protests here in Austin that happened on Saturday, but they're going to be protesting a lot. So we have to find a good protest with some handmaids. And what I'd like to do is the two of us go and interview people while I'm dressed like the handmaid.
Oh, I need like my prison jumpsuit from the gay camps.
Yes, you got to wear a prison jumpsuit with chaps.
Yes.
Or you could be all of the village people. You could be the village person and have all of. You could have the Indian headdress and the cowboy. You could be all the construction worker all at once.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God, please. When are we doing this? I really wanted to go. I looked it up. I don't think they had. So they had the Women's March. What did they rebrand it? The People's March. Oh my God, that just dawned on me. The People's March, because the non-binaries.
Oh, is that why? Of course.
I mean, they probably also needed to rebrand some shit after last time. But yeah, I really wanted to go and interview people. But I don't think they had one here. Because remember last time they had it in like every single city?
Yeah, it was huge. It
was huge.
Actually, let's just refresh our memory for a second. I had something pulled up to show you. So, I've been kind of amazed at how sedate the leftists have been. I've been a little worried that something awful was going to happen because they've been so quiet. But just in case people don't remember, let me show you something here. Okay, this is just a reminder of what happened the first time Trump was inaugurated. Now, if you're a leftist, you're about to see some very violent, crazy insurrection stuff happening, right? Isn't this an insurrection? Let's watch.
Threat to our democracy.
Police had to push back the protesters so firefighters could get to the flames.
Also, what happened to Antifa? I miss them.
I don't miss them at all. I don't miss them at all.
I saw them maybe a year ago. No, but it wasn't even Antifa. It was just some alphabet people, and they were screaming, "Mike sucks." And I was like, oh my God, they know my name.
You're in their book.
The shit list.
Watch out, watch out.
Now, I wonder, do you think that we didn't see as much stuff like this time around because Trump knew what to expect and they had law enforcement out? Or what do you think is the difference?
I think this is sort of what I was saying before, that I think this really was the best possible outcome as opposed to him getting reelected in 2020. That I really think that we're seeing a massive cultural shift.
Yeah. And people are sick of this. Normies are sick of this. Like
Yeah.
people who are not even that politically engaged, but they're tired of this radical woke crap and this violent crap coming from the left.
Yeah, and I like I said, I really don't think we would have seen this same sort of major cultural shift if things just continued in 2020.
This is just crazy. Look at these people.
And they would be doing this now for whoever else ran.
Yeah.
God, imagine if Trump served his term in 2020 and now we had Mike Pence. Ugh.
Oh.
Burning MAGA hats.
Yeah, burning.
Do you remember Shia LaBeouf's thing, "He Will Not Divide Us"?
Yeah, what was that about?
He had a camera that was like a 24/7 live stream where people would go up and rage about Trump. It was near my house, too. I went over there.
Okay, wait, I've got one more to show you, Mikey. This one, Andy No posted this. He said, "This is what Antifa and the violent far left did at Trump's inauguration in 2017. The dozens of violent arrestees had all of their charges dropped by federal prosecutors." Remember that? This is the corruption, the corrupt, politics that Trump is talking about. All of this. They were setting cars on fire. We just saw them rioting, breaking people's headlights, spray painting people's cars, destroying business fronts, setting off smoke bombs, tear gas, like all of their charges dropped.
And the thing is, too, in terms of both this and in terms of all the riots in 2020, that rioting affected middle-class working people. It affected the powerless. And then January 6th, when the most powerful people on the face of the earth are mildly inconvenienced for an afternoon, oh, it's the worst thing to ever happen. The darkest day of democracy.
Right. That's exactly what Rosa says. She says, compare all of this to January 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care if something impacts the powerless. They only care if it affects the powerful.
They called this mostly peaceful.
Mostly
Remember
peaceful.
that.
Look at this shit.
It's like the BLM riots. They like you said, it affected the powerless. They destroyed people's businesses, their homes. They made people afraid for their life. They killed people. They killed Black business owners. Like and how did the press, how did the corporate machine respond to it? They said mostly peaceful.
There's an image that's just burned in my memory from 2020 of a small business where they were rioting, who put signs on the window that said, "Please show mercy. I'm a single mom. This is all I have."
That's so sad.
And I think that's why this is so important for us to decide that will never happen again. This is not the country we will be.
Yeah, never again. A bad dude named Corn Pop says this nonsense is what red pilled a lot of people. Yeah. Hey, Jen Atkins is here. She said, "You made it."
Hey.
Davina says, "Ordinary people don't enjoy the breakdown of law or the rising cost of living." No, we don't. We don't enjoy it at all. And Jacob Castro is watching over at Rumble. We're also simulcasting there. He says, "Pineapple on pizza is an acceptable level of degeneracy."
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
How dare you?
Project 2025 is getting rid of it.
That's Metagon supremacy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's microaggression.
I want to show you a couple of other things from the inauguration. So these are some Melania related ones. These are interesting. I thought this was fun. Somebody highlighted her different choice of outfits and said, look at what she wore at the inauguration it says how it started, how it's going. So you're looking at 2016 and you're looking at today. And then this person put a quote and said, "You raided my home and tried to take out my husband" vibe.
Fucking final girl energy. I love it.
Final girl. Yeah. I love that. I've got another one here that's also Melania related.
Oh, I love this so much.
Here we go. Okay, and this one, Andy No. He said, "Did you guys notice that Melania Trump did not bring a gift for the Bidens? At the 2017 inauguration, she gifted the Obamas something from Tiffany & Co., and that she had that beautiful Tiffany's box that matched her dress. And then it says, Melania also recently declined to meet with Jill Biden. She reportedly took it deeply personal that Biden's Department of Justice approved a raid on her home and bedroom." Yeah, I think you would.
Good for her. Fuck these people.
Yeah. So no gift for the Bidens.
Good. Yeah, screw these people.
And then this is pretty funny. It says, Senator John Fetterman has just arrived at President Trump's inauguration, and yes, he's wearing shorts and a hoodie. Yes, really. There he is. Look at him. That's like basketball shorts. He's wearing this to the inauguration. Show some respect. You know what? Even if you don't like Trump, it doesn't matter. Show some respect for the office of the presidency. I wouldn't dress that way if I had to go to the Biden's inauguration like that. Show some respect for yourself and for the setting that you're in and for everyone else. Like that's just so. It's like giving up.
I went to the White House. Did I wear hot pants that day? No.
But your pants were hot.
Oh, I love you.
Now tell us about that. Maybe people watching don't know. When were you at the White House?
It was for the RNC in 2020. I got asked to be in a video that they played at the RNC. So I got to go. They had it at the White House. It was amazing.
It was a great photo of you. I've used it sometimes on the show and the thumbnail art. But yeah, you classed it up. You were in a suit, if I remember.
Yeah, right? I tried to like, keep my style, but class it up a little.
Yeah.
I felt like that night. I felt like in the movie when the hooker with a heart of gold gets her classy makeover. Technically, my style is like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman before the classy makeover, but that night it was like me, wearing the red gown and going to the opera.
Okay, and then this. Chad Prather posted this. This is some footage of some of the protesters at the inauguration. And he said, of course, they all have rainbow flags. They have Antifa stuff, stuff about revolution. They're wearing masks, stuff like that. And one of them has a guillotine. Look at this guillotine. And he says, is this not a threat to the president? Left-wing lunatics brought a guillotine to the inauguration. Remember, they made such a big deal about January 6th. There was some idiot who brought a guillotine.
And that was probably a leftist because I'm sorry, guillotine does not enter the minds of Republicans. Yeah. Like if you were going to say something violent or bring up something violent, it wouldn't be that.
Yeah. But do you think any leftist is going to say anything about this guillotine and how inappropriate it is?
Oh, no. Of course not. Of course not. They can do whatever they want. And the rest of us are under a microscope at all times.
No.
Which is proven by, have you seen now how they screen capped Elon Musk from his speech to say he was giving a Nazi salute?
No, how stupid.
He was saying to someone, I give my heart out to you. And so they freeze framed it with his arm like that, like they'll probably do to me right now. My gosh. These people are insane.
They're insane. They could freeze frame me any number of times that I was doing this today and say,
Well, and it's so funny too because you have all these like Groyper types who are attacking him and who are anti-Trump because of the Jews, right. And so he gets attacked like that from one side, and then from the other, they're all Nazis. One side sees Nazis everywhere. One side sees evil Jews everywhere.
Yeah, I think I've done
delusional.
The Groypers. I've done several shows on them recently, Mikey. They're out of control, insane. And unfortunately, you've got these very large platforms and influencers who are giving credence to all this crazy so-called woke right stuff like the Groypers, like Candace Owens. I don't know if you saw, but she did a live stream watching the inauguration. And when they had a rabbi come up to give a prayer, she said, "You can take me off camera for this." Like just to be a child. And then she came back as soon as the rabbi was gone. It was like, you're such a child.
It's so
Like,
ridiculous. It's so
yeah.
fucking ridiculous. No, I am completely with where people are talking about like woke right and stuff. Like, I think it's important to sort of nip it in the bud now before
in the
it
bud.
were to become something mainstream.
Yes. And
Because that's what the left didn't do. That's what the left didn't do. If they were smart, they would have gone against all the woke shit from the beginning, but they didn't. They let it metastasize, and I think it's important for us to not do the same thing.
I've seen, hopefully, I think conservatives are smarter than some of the people, the left, and I think they are trying to. There are people who are trying to say, no, this is ridiculous. Like, we're not cool with this kind of groper, racist, anti-Semitic stuff. Like, no way. I want to thank a couple more people. Southeastern Kaiju is here. Thank you for the super chat for $2. And he says, and so it begins. Project 2025 commences.
I love your outfit, Keri.
John Thomas for $5. Thank you, John Thomas. Says, OMG, I saw a video where they were making fun of the nut juice crowd, calling milk beef milk. LOL. It comes directly from a teat on a beef cow. And then we've got Ego Layer 13 for $5. Thank you, Ego Layer. Says, I got stuck on a conference call and probably missed the hat review. Make hats great again 2025. Oh, thanks.
You haven't went to hat review.
We haven't done the hat review yet. We're gonna review a couple hats at the inauguration.
Yes.
That's how we're. First of all, what do you think of my bonnet?
I love it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Would wear to the gay camps.
Okay, I've got this pulled up. We're going to look at some hats, but let me thank one more person. Thank you, Ego Layer, for coming. We're about to do it. Okay. Jardum for £2. Thank you. Jardum says, do you think there will be violence tonight?
I don't. I mean, it wouldn't be unexpected if there were, but I feel like because, this all comes from the top. All the Antifa, that they're useful idiots. They get their marching orders. It was meant to intimidate everyone. And I think that the order is coming from the top to keep it in check for right now. I think they realize that it's costing them a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still.
It wouldn't surprise me, obviously. They're always violent little fuckers, but
yeah, I kind of, it's like election night where it seems too good to be true that they're not showing more evidence of violence, that they've been so quiet, seemingly quiet. And so that makes me nervous that they're planning to do something tonight. But I don't know. I'm going to be hopeful that we don't see that. Like I said, I think the average person is sick of that crap.
I really feel like we might not see, and if we do, I think it'll be very sporadic and won't be anything near the level of 2017.
Therese says the weather will help. And then Hefty Joe says, I think they're saving it for when the deportations get into full swing. Yes, I think.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, the weather. Yeah. Antifa does not like to be inconvenienced. They don't like rain. They don't. I've had speaking events where they were going to do a big protest and then they didn't because it rained. Like, they like the air conditioning in their parents' basement.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some hats and some other fashion.
Looks like out of Africa.
It's so stunning. I love this hat.
I love it so much.
It's very formal and also dangerous. Like, she could be a spy.
I'm telling you, she's the final girl.
She's the final girl. I love this hat. I was going back and forth of trying to find a hat that was sort of similar to this to wear for today, but I really had to do the MAGA hat and the handmaids. It would have been too many costume changes. So I love her look. The hair is a close up of the hat.
God. I just love her.
I love her style. Okay.
I love everything about her.
Jill Biden's blue.
Oh, the cankles.
I mean, I'm not about to.
Nice, but
I mean, she looks nice. I'm not about to hate on this. I love that color. It's a deep blue. Like, I'm not a fan of hers, of anything she says.
I feel like this is the same outfit these people always wear, though. I feel like I've seen her or Michelle Obama. I feel like they all wear this outfit.
Yeah. Here we've got
Get the tatas.
oh, no wonder Zuckerberg was checking out the
She
boobs.
got some titties out.
She's showing her bra.
This the inauguration.
This is so classless. This is Jeff Bezos' new wife. And first of all, this woman
He
has
traded in.
Yeah, he traded in. She's had so much plastic surgery. Look at her lips stretched across her face, like they're stretched all the way across. But this is I've seen pictures of her before at White House dinners and stuff. She always dresses like a whore. Like you're not again, this is just as bad in my opinion as Fetterman's outfit. Like show some respect for the office of the presidency. Like show some class and grace. I'm not saying never wear something like this, but wear it to the club or wear it, you're at the inauguration of the next president and you're like, here, let me show my bra. Like
I think it's nice, just maybe not for the inauguration.
Yeah, it all depends on the context. Like what are you there to do and to celebrate? This is not respectful.
Hey, at least the tits are kept inside now in this administration. Remember Biden when they had the trans titties bouncing?
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh,
that's true. Yeah, Rosa says I'd probably look too if she's dressed like that. And I'm a straight woman. Yeah, you can't help but look down like, what are you? Oh my goodness, that's your bra. Those are your boobs. Ego Layer says Elon didn't even notice. He's tweeting memes.
Yup, so true. That is so in character.
Yeah, look at her face. She's like, why aren't you looking at my bra? I wore it on purpose so people would look at it. Then we've got JD Vance's wife. Now she looks so elegant. I love this pink.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
I love this pink coat. This is great with her skin tone, the light pink, the dusty pink. She's got looks like some suede or rough out boots there.
I like how her gloves and her boots match.
Yeah. Very classy. The only thing that could have made this better, I'm going to give some advice, a hat.
A hat. I knew you were going to say a hat.
Of course. It's like your head looks naked. You've got you've got this beautiful coat and you've got boots that kind of sort of match, pick up the colors, the gloves and the boots. Like wear a hat that's similar to the boots.
See, I've been wearing a stupid hat for weeks because I need to get my hair cut. But so I'm just going to start telling people it's just the Keri Smith influence.
Yes. You need to yeah, just more hats for everyone. Okay. Now,
I don't like it.
This is Ivanka.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize
which is
her.
surprising because usually she has some great outfits. I don't like this one.
You don't like it?
No.
I like it. It looks very 1940s, especially the way this little skinny belt is cinched around the waist. This is very 40s. And her hat is also kind of like 1930s, 1940s. The only thing that could have made this better is if she had opted for the little lace
the veil
that comes down over the eyes. Like, that would have made this killer.
I can see that. You're kind of persuading me a bit on it. I think it's just that the ones we saw before were so outstanding.
Yeah. But I love this hat. See, this is what you got to do. What's JD Vance's wife's name? She's got to get a hat.
I'm drawing a blank.
Make hats great again. Okay, I think that's the only pictures we have in this article.
Yeah, I think there was this was Keri Core today. There were a lot of hats.
Keri Core. Usha.
Yeah.
Usha Vance.
I don't know why I was about to say Rusha.
Somebody said, Iris says, I agree that a French net. Okay, that's what that's called. A French net would elevate that hat. Yes.
I think you persuaded me though. It's grown on me a bit.
Let's just look back for a second. Look at this picture. This is from Kennedy's inauguration. Look at that blue pillbox hat. So cute. On Jackie O, her little fur collar. Look at those huge mod buttons on the jacket. Here are some inauguration day photos.
This is what everyone's gonna have to start dressing like now. All women.
It's part of Project 2025. You got to dress like this. Okay, who is this? This is Caroline Harrison.
Oh my god. That is a lot of woman.
It says First Lady Caroline Harrison made a tacit declaration when she opted for an inaugural ball look that was fully made in America in order to support President Benjamin Harrison's America First economic platform.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Fully made. This photo.
She had a big
1889.
ass.
That was the style of dress, Mikey.
I know, but I feel like she still had a big ass. She got some junk in the trunk to pull that gown off.
This was Mamie Eisenhower.
She got a big ass too.
It looks like a gem encrusted ball gown with
like
full gloves and a little gem encrusted handbag. That was her first inaugural dress in 1953. And then this one's pretty. It looks almost like a wedding dress.
Who is that's her?
Yeah, that's her also. In 1957, she put a little M for Mamie on her purse there.
Oh, that's cute.
It looks like a wedding gown to me. Of course, we've got Jackie Kennedy, just glamorous.
Yeah. I don't think we've really had anyone like that since Jackie Kennedy, like Melania.
Yeah, I think you're right. Melania, I think of Melania and I think Jackie.
They were trying to sell Big Mike to us as that, but I don't think so.
No. Lady Bird Johnson. Look at this. I love it.
It's very of its time.
Yes. This is from 1965. And the couch is amazing. I would put that in my music parlor. It matches. The hairdo. Look at it's almost like a muumuu. What would you call it? The shift? This bright yellow. Yeah, with the fur. I would totally wear
so
this.
Random on her elbows.
I would definitely wear this. I love it.
I can see you pulling that off.
It says this was one of
recreate it.
I could recreate one of the most memorable inauguration day looks. I mean, just gorgeous. In my opinion. Okay, we've got Rosalind Carter. This is so 70s.
Me.
Look at that.
Now that's a muumuu.
It's just frilly.
Okay, this is the worst one so far.
I think, yeah, doesn't look like she even tried to dress up, really.
Exactly.
It's like, this is my house dress.
Yeah. This is when you're drunk on the couch from a box of wine.
And their daughter there looks like she's playing Harry Potter.
Harriet Potter.
Harriet Potter. They said she was unappreciated at the time for her sustainable style.
Oh, so whenever somebody says the word sustainable, you know some bullshit's about to come out of the mouth. Is this where Nancy Reagan was wearing that red dress? I remember. I'll probably think of something else.
No, this one is, 1981. This is an expensive white one-shoulder beaded and lace sheath gown at the inaugural ball. And unfortunately, it's a black and white photo, so we can't
best
really.
One so far.
You like this one best?
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Wow.
And that's one that looks like it could be worn at any time. It's not just super 80s.
Yeah, super glamorous. And then we've got Michelle Obama. Consistently raised the profiles of emerging American designers, choosing homegrown talent who deeply aligned with her values. She began with Jason Sustainable. This is a one-shouldered white gown adorned with florals and crystals for the 2009 inaugural ball.
Ugh. And I will say I do like some of her outfits sometimes, but not this one.
I do too, but not this one.
Soup.
Because you know what? That little tie up there is way too high. Why is that up there?
And what's this shit in the middle?
Exactly. What it looks like she's wearing a life vest or like she's gonna go swimming You got to put
I
your life
will
jacket
say
on.
though, I will say in her in defense of this dress, it hides her dick very well.
Stop.
I mean, you can kind of see it there,
Stop. I'm gonna just hide my face with the bonnet.
yes, I made you face palm.
It's just, yeah, I like the
She
color.
always got something going on downstairs.
I like the color, but the design I don't like. Whatever that tie is, it's the tie goes across her breast, which is, you don't put it there. You put it at the waist, like the 1940s cinched look that we looked at. You put it at the waist, and then she's got this sort of life jacket thing on underneath, and these hanging look like
What is
sandbags.
that?
I don't know, but it's not a good look.
You would think that would be for like a 90-year-old woman to catch her titties.
What is that? No. Now I like this
one. I like.
I like this one. She looks like a swan. She looks like
What's all the shit hanging off of it though?
Looks like flowers. Yeah.
Oh.
I like this one. This is like Sweet 16 kind of look.
Yeah. No, I like that one too.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's they didn't show Laura Bush. Probably her and Hillary, the least stylish first ladies. What did Hillary wear to the inauguration?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, you got me super into this because I get to be catty and judge people, and that's like my favorite two things.
Your favorite two things? Okay, here we go.
My favorite activities.
Well, this is Laura Bush.
Oy. She always looks like a salty librarian. Not a sultry librarian. The opposite. Oy. Ugh.
So this is one of her outfits. It's this long blue coat with it's
a
almost
rug.
like a nod to Jackie though, in terms of like the color and the fur collar, but it's not quite right. It's a little
Timu Jackie.
It's a little shapeless.
Oh, it's
You know,
horrible.
it's like
That's
a bag.
The worst one yet.
Yeah.
I like the furry elbows better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be the frumpiest first lady. Did you know she killed a bitch?
What?
She killed a bitch. People forget. She ran someone over. She pulled a Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, people forget. Laura Bush killed a bitch.
Are you gonna get my video taken down? Is that true?
No, it's true. I swear to God, it's true. Look it up. Laura Bush ran someone over.
Okay.
See, people just like forget that.
Okay, this is
Chat,
another
back me
one.
up.
This is another Laura Bush. This is
Well,
a
that's
very
better.
I can't make it larger, sorry, but that's a lot better. This bright red with
Much
gown with gemstones on it. Like I like that better than her coat.
Yeah. Her face bothers me though. It always has. I don't know why.
She and W both bother me.
Oh yeah, same. I know why he bothers me. Her, I don't know why she bothers me. Maybe that's what it is, that she comes across like this very frigid, very stuck up. She seems like a that's not funny person. She seems like somebody who would get very offended. So she comes across like very icy, like she got a stick up her ass, but she killed someone. So you know there's like some shit going on underneath the surface.
She kills. You're gonna get me deplatformed.
Why? I'm just stating the truth. It happened. These are facts. These are the facts of life.
Okay, here we go. This is a picture of Hillary Clinton at the 1993 inauguration.
Oh my God. This is like now this is Timu Melania. This is worse than Timu Melania.
Now I get that
like
it's
the flip
cold.
side of Melania's.
I get that it's cold. Okay, you've got to wear a scarf, and I get that. But
that scarf, though,
that hat, that scarf.
This has got to be your nightmare, Keri. This hat.
No, it's just it does nothing for her. It's you don't even notice the hat. You just barely see her face peeking out from it.
By the way, Maverick, thank you in chat backing me up. In 1963, Laura Bush ran a stop sign and killed a teenage boy. Which, by the way, my
No.
apologies for saying she killed a bitch. I didn't know it was a child. So, you know,
Oh my
God rest his soul
gosh.
and all.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, I'm telling you that, you know, Laura Bush, she's got some Hillary vibes going on, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I've got some more pictures for you of Hillary. Let's see if I can get this front and center. Okay, here we go. You see that?
It pains me to say this, but I kind of like that one.
I like this one a lot. I don't think I can make this larger. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I can. I like this a lot. I like
do
the
too.
color. She looks nice. Her hair looks good up like that, swept up.
That's probably the best thing she's ever worn.
Yeah. It's
It was
very
all downhill
glamorous.
from there.
It looks very 80s, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Like
it.
you could see her being on Dynasty with that.
Well, Bolo over at Rumble disagrees. He says nothing can do anything for Hillary.
That's probably the best she's ever looked, though.
I agree. Yeah, Southeastern Kaiju. This was Hillary's best phase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of liked her outfit, too. She had, like, that pink suit at the DNC when they were doing the Macarena, and she's trying to do this shit. Trying to look human.
I keep hot sauce in my bag.
Yeah.
ADL 1992. Thank you for the super chat for $4.99. Says she now you got to tell me which photo do you think he's talking about? Says she looks like Carmen Sandiego in blue, not red, which isn't necessarily bad.
I mean, I don't think it's good.
I
think he means the first Hillary gown.
The first Hillary one.
Or not that it's a gown, whatever the hell that shit was, whatever that mess was.
And then Ego Layer 13 for $2. Thank you, Ego Layer. Says Melania's hat looks like a throwback to Princess Di. Oh, yes. The hat Melania wore today. Yeah.
I loved her outfit today. Yeah, I liked her one last time, but this one was even better.
Therese says, I like her Chinese dictator suits. LOL.
Yeah. She does look like fucking Kim Jong-un in those fucking suits.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're going to wrap it up, Mikey. I'm going to let you get back to your day in Florida. I had fun hanging out with you.
I love you. This was amazing.
I love you. And you guys just, like we said, I think Mikey and I are both feeling cautiously optimistic. It's time to be, today's a day to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. And then going forward, we have to be vigilant and we have to keep, be discerning. Right now is a really crazy time because there's a lot of people who are, in my opinion, saying crazy stuff, like people with large platforms who built up some degree of respect and large followings for rightly speaking out against the Biden administration and against COVID policies and stuff, who are now saying insane things. And I've started to just strike people off of my list of who I can, trust and who I can't. And so a lot of these people are trying to do things like somehow associate predators like Andrew Tate with Trump. It's like, why are you doing that? The left is trying to do that too. Why are you trying to associate groypers with Trump? The left is trying to do that too. So be discerning as we move forward because we have some positive momentum and I hope we use it in the right way. So
I completely, and I think it's exactly what you said. We have to be discerning. I think it was you that said on Twitter the other day that we've had to learn to be very skeptical, obviously, of mainstream corporate media. And I think now we're learning that we have to be equally skeptical about alternative media.
Yes. Because we all learned you can't put blind faith into corporate media. So why would you put it into influencers? Don't put it into me. Don't put it into anyone just because, at one point you agreed with most of what they're saying. If they start to say a lot of crazy stuff, it's like, why is this happening?
Well, and I think, as I said earlier, I think anyone who's ever listened to me knows, like, I'm the last fucking person you should listen to. I only say crazy shit. So. Don't listen to anyone, least of all me.
Mikey's consistent.
Yes, exactly.
He's consistently crazy.
Oh, I love you.
I love you. Okay. This is where you guys can find Mike Harlow. Also, he's linked below, or if he's not, I'm going to go make sure he's linked below in the video description. And tell people what you have coming up, Mikey.
I have a show tomorrow, my show Microaggressed. Come hang out. We're going to be going over, I'm sure lots of shit is going to happen between now and 24 hours from now. So we'll see. We're going to be covering Trump's first day, inauguration stuff too. Lots of fun stuff. It's going to be my first show of this year because I haven't done one in a little bit. So come hang out. It'll be a good ass time.
What time is
on
that?
The Twitters. I don't know yet.
Okay.
7? Maybe 7. Let's say 7. Let's say 7. 7 Eastern.
And I'm sorry I can't be there. I have to work then tomorrow.
I
as
know.
you know.
I wanted to make it earlier, but I have to go get my hideous haircut.
That's fine. I'm going to be on one soon. I promise.
Yeah, I can't wait. And yes, I'm on the Twitters at not Mike Harlow.
Not Mike Harlow, which is a name that you had to come up with after you had been banned so many times.
Yup. I was permanently banned 4 times on my old account. 3 of them I got overturned, and I couldn't get that last one. So yeah, I had to make a new one and start over. But I guess now that it's X, I can, I think people are catching on that not Mike Harlow might be Mike Harlow.
Mike Harlow?
So.
It's Mike Harlow?
Mm-hmm.
Unit says Mike is constantly gazy.
Love you too, Unit.
Thank you guys. Oh, John Thomas. Thank you, John Thomas, for another $5 super chat. He says, oh, yes, a church in California and another in Fairfax, Virginia confronted moon god followers possibly doing pre-attack recon. Be alert. Wow. I haven't even heard about that. I have to go look that up.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't either.
Be vigilant. Okay. Yes, Kevin, we're out. Thank you guys. Happy Inauguration Day. Happy Liberation Day.
Liberation Day.
I hope you have a good week, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Bye, Mike.
Bye, Keri.